A lot of employees, they say that their wage is not increased. Even if increase is not sufficient because the workload is getting higher and higher. Of course, the company have to pay them according to what they contributed. But I won't increase your wage immediately until the business product contribute to the value of the companies.
End up just become grievance on both ends. Why you're not performing according to what I want, and the other side is like, why are you expecting so much?
But we don't just saying that give them a high pay, then they can retain. What we focus is what actually can make them feel that they are valuable working with you.
Tell me more, what do you mean? One of the things you do with companies is to help them to study their wage structure. Can you share with us, how does that work? And so that as an employee, I would love to know, how do I maximize my own benefit and climb up the career ladder by understanding this wage structure that you design?
What we are actually doing for the company is pay them a fair wage, appreciate your staff, because when you appreciate your staff, they can give you a good idea to solve your problem. So how actually you need to communicate with the staff. Some of the staff actually not willing to communicate as well. So that's why we will do some kind of like interventions, make them work together or teamwork or whatever. So once we create the value, only then we propose the wage structure. So wage structure, there are many types of wage structure. Whether you want to have a fair wage, then just a wage to cope the inflation every year, just increase 5%, or you are thinking about you are facing very high attrition rate already. So how to retain your employees?
Right.
Yeah, but we don't just saying that give them a high pay, then they can retain. What we focus is what actually can make them feel that they are valuable working with you. And we try to scrap all the non-valuable work performed by them.
Oh, wow. So
yes,
you're telling me that when a company commission you to do this study, they usually start with a purpose. It could be, I want to build an organization where people feel appreciated and give their best.
Yes.
And that's where you will step in.
Yeah.
And when you step in, you're not just looking at, say, the salary of a person, but also their roles.
Yes, because you need to change their roles in order to get a compatible pay for them. So it's kind of like a job redesign. It's not job expansion, ask them to, keep their workload increasing over the time. That doesn't work. Yeah, so what we're trying to do is job redesign. Because we noticed that a lot of employees, they say that their wage is not increased. Even if increase is not sufficient because the workload is getting higher and higher. Then they need to learn something new. Actually, when technology change, you need to redesign your job scope. Let's say, for example, you need to work together with AI. Now, like working in Excel, so you can automate your Excel. So you don't need data entry already. Data entry clerks are no more longer needed by the company. So it will be taken over by somebody. So somebody, if let's say they are good in managing some project, whatever, they will think something can contribute to increase their productivity and bring value to the company. So they will automate the things and get their job done without error some more. Then they feel that, they contribute to the value. Of course, the company have to pay them according to what they contributed.
Right.
Yeah.
So in other words, can I say that what you generally do when you go into a company and do this wage structure, very often it's also about helping the employee to provide the best value that they can provide to the company by redesigning their role so that they can fight for a chance of higher increase in salary.
Yes.
I was just thinking of myself, right? As an employee, say if it's a data entry or very administrative kind of role, sometimes as the company go bigger, it expands. The truth is that work is not high value. Yeah, and sometimes it's better off that I hire 5 people with the same budget than paying one person a higher salary because it's just repetitive work and this person get fatigued, make more mistakes. But this person will also say, I need career progression, I need higher salary.
Yeah.
But you can only handle that amount of work without mistakes.
Yeah.
So I can't pay you more also. Yeah. So there is this kind of problems that we face. And I suppose this is a very common problem that many SMEs in Malaysia face and many companies. Can you share with me what are some of the most common job redesign things that you are starting to see now?
Okay, in job redesign, actually, we try to sort it out. Some of the things can be taken over by AI. That means AI can actually fully automate those, mainly it's repetitive work. Yeah, like Excel, sheet, calculation, all those things. But be careful, if the calculation is related like account, need authorities, verification by a professional, that we don't go for full AI. Certain things require authorities, checking or whatever. We still need the human. So the mindset of the company's owners or the managers, they will have to actually clearly determine the job scope of AI actually can contribute to the productivity and value add. Those can work together with AI to smooth out or to shorten their process work. That one, we have to make sure the employee is well equipped with the technology and skill to work together with the AI. Meaning that the AI still have to be controlled by the human in detecting the error, coming up with their own workflow. Not the workflow come out from the AI itself. The workflow can be controlled by the human. That is one. So that you can contribute a lot of, increase your productivity, the value to the company. The other side is AI cannot replace totally the professional because they need your authorities. Yeah. So that one, we will not encourage fully automate or replace totally by AI because in certain stage, AI will create disruptions to you.
Tell me more. What do you mean?
Let's say Google now offer food placing order, same as Grab. What do you think? What will happen to Grab?
Grab will feel it's a competition.
Yes. So what if Google also come up with their own business to penetrate the whole world, taking over food order?
Right.
Yeah. So what I immediately will do is the company will actually work together with Google rather than Grab. Am I correct? Yes. So what happened to Grab? The Grab will retrench all the food deliverers. Yeah. Whether yes or no, it depends on whether Grab able to work together with Google.
I think that's why recently also we are starting to see more and more companies are building their own AI and rather than using an external AI. So I was just reading this one the other day that DoorDash now, they have their own AI center and it's not for them to sing a investment song. It is really for their own use and then it's a deployment of their own tool for own internal improvement.
Yes.
And so that proprietary knowledge still remain proprietary.
Yes.
Because ultimately it still leaks out, right?
Yes.
Whether you like it or not. Now, number two, let's draw back a little bit to SMEs and as people, right? I want to ask this thing. You have done this for many years and in many companies. Can you share with me some case studies that you've done before that how by doing a proper wage structuring? Because I think for every bosses, they're always thinking about it. It's just that, are you doing it properly or by intuition, right?
Okay. First, we will start talking to the CEO. Yeah, then we will tell them, the CEO, what is your next 5 years plan and 10-year plans compared to now. Then next, we will look at their job description. So the job description have to change according to their plan. So then we will ask the company, the CEO to communicate and to persuade, and to make them understand this is the business strategy for the next 5 years and 10 years. Be ready for this.
Right. So first the CEO come in and make the announcement first.
Yes. If you feel that you can commit yourself and comfortable, but the way they convince them is like, actually, they also learn. The company also, you also gain something with this, joining them as an employee because it add on value on you when you join others, for example. They have to convince them so they are ready for that. The readiness must be there. Readiness in the sense that your mindset is ready and you're also ready for the changes.
As in the staff's readiness.
Yes. So when it comes to readiness, of course, the management have to tell them, how to manage things as well because there's a lot of surprises, disruption.
That's
because a lot of things is like trial and error.
That's right.
Yes. But when errors come into picture, don't blame. Try to solve it.
Right.
Try to find the root cause and how to control the errors.
And how do you participate in that? Like the moment the CEO gives that speech, chances are I think everyone is not ready most of the time, right?
Yes.
Although everyone say verbally ready, but heart also not ready, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like what do you do when you're in that position?
Yeah, we will talk to the management first. After that, we will ask the HR to email them But the email, the content is not like, we're going to change this, it's like a shock for them. So you have to explain in another way. Yeah, we're trying to grow together. So if we grow together, what were you expecting from the company to you?
Oh, okay. So now
Frame it another
we're
way.
changing it.
Yes.
It's no more what the company want to achieve.
Yes.
We are going to go here, but what do you expect to get out of this journey with us?
Yes.
That will be the first email that will be approaching the people with.
Yes. It's not like I'm growing this, so this department ready, you'll be replaced with certain technology which you need to take over your job and be ready and go and have your, look for alternative within 6 months. I give you. Then,
I think that would immediately trigger a defensive, right?
Yeah. So actually, doing this job redesign and wage structure change, if you want to do it successfully, you must buy them in first.
So you get the buy-in.
Yes. Sometimes not easy to make people change the mindset and behavior. Let's say, for example, you ask your staff to use a new software. They will say, I don't want to use. What can you do for me? What can you do on me?
That's right.
Right?
So I'm pretty sure that like ourselves here, we are implementing a lot of AI. And I've seen both resistance and excitement in my staff.
Yes.
Right? So we will start by telling them that, let's say today you're part of this, you will come in, and I bet at the moment they come and talk to you, they'll tell you, actually,
yes.
yeah, like it is so messy, because it's very common. Everything is gonna be trial and error, right?
Yes, yeah.
And some of the things may happen, may not. So what do you do in this kind of situation then?
Okay, actually not just telling them to adopt a new things. We actually have to feed them what you need to prepare. For example, AI come into picture. We won't tell them, I send you for training, you have to apply this in your job scope or whatever, but we frame it in another way. Look, when AI come into picture, actually it helps you to build your knowledge bank. So first, your knowledge bank have to be strong, especially in your job scope. What if I'm the boss, I would think, what if one day you cannot stand, you move out, the knowledge bank's still there.
Right.
The next successor is easily to take over. So it shortened out a lot of process. So I know if you leave the company or whatever, the next successor able to enter your knowledge bank, he can learn a lot of things. And the next successor can actually build on the existing knowledge bank. So I will not say that, you have to apply this and immediately I want to see the effect of your productivity, your job getting done, or I can add on your workload, whatever. So I will tell them, try to add value to the company first. So I will feed them, because not everyone would think as what you want. So sometimes you have to tell them, I want this. So when AI come into picture, we will tell them, everyone build your own knowledge bank. So after
Can
building...
you tell me, like, this knowledge bank, right? As an employee, what does it mean? Is it my processes? Is it what I need to know? Is it a documentation? What is it? Because generally, I think most people just appear at work and do what they do every day, right? It's not like there is a manual that they follow. So, like, in this case, when you say build a knowledge bank, what do you really mean by it?
The SOP, actually, you handle the entire work. Right. The SOP first will be your company SOP, the process SOP, but what is your mitigation plan? That is based on the experience. So you open up like, what you face in this project, this entire journey. This entire journey, you have something like ad hoc experience, disruption from your supplier. How you actually manage it, you document out.
Right.
You put it in your knowledge bank so that the next successor or your colleague or the junior, they can actually, all of them in your team can access. Then they know better how you manage it.
Right. It's kind of like a playbook lah.
Yes.
Like, we have a company-specific process. Say,
yes,
you do A, B, C, D, E, and
yes,
those branch out of yes, no, no, yes.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
You just continue adding the chabangs as you have more and more knowledge accumulated.
Yes. So when you come up with a knowledge bank, the AI actually read your knowledge bank and they know what is the best strategy to manage your things. This is what business owners want. Maybe A company face this problem, not necessarily B face the same. If you ask AI will not give you the best solution. So you build your own knowledge bank, whatever, that means your entire experience or whatever, so the AI can read and understand better and give you the best solution. It's not the solution coming from the same industry but different company. Sometimes you learn from a company, not necessarily can be adopt and adapt in your situation.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the one they want them to build. If they're able to build, that is a great things already. Towards the end, a lot of things can solve automatically or faster or manageable. Yeah,
Right.
this is why we use AI for. It's not getting work done immediately or doing more jobs in the
Right.
same time. Yeah, it's actually how we can leverage the benefit of AI in your own context.
Right. So I guess in this case here, when we talk about this whole wage restructuring and job redesign, right, especially in today's world, it's not even starting off by using a tool, but
Yes.
really in documenting your knowledge bank properly,
Yes.
each individual.
Yes.
Now, however, this is something that I would say that many staff will resist because they see
Yes.
it as like, why should I spend time writing on it? Like, and then
Yeah.
I still got work to do, everything. All it's not like I'm leaving anyway. Do you face like
Yes.
challenges like that when you try to get the staff to document everything?
Yes, but we managed to convince them. Then we will tell them in another way. Today you do this, it will lessen now your work
Right.
tomorrow.
I see. Now,
Yeah.
another question. What if you talk to a staff and then they realize that when you ask them to document the knowledge bank, they got nothing to document?
No, that means it's my problem already. That means I don't give them any task to do. There's
So
something
there
to
will be,
document.
right?
Yes,
because,
there will be.
I bet there will be companies that you went in and this person looks so busy, but when you ask them to document down, everything is everywhere and there's no real big value.
That is how that means so far I see this stuff is you do not know how to organize your work.
Right.
So when I ask you to build your own knowledge bank, if you tell me you have too many things to do or you don't know how to do, that means you're actually not clear on your own job scope.
Right.
Then that is where I start to intervene you. I won't get you out, but I will try to, maybe you need some support and what type of support and how you see yourself in this company and
Right.
how I see you in this company. I value you, but you can't do this. That means you don't actually know what are you doing. Maybe the staff don't understand the purpose of this.
Right.
Then we will actually tell them, sometimes it's the good timing to shift the job scope of this staff.
Right.
Maybe he or she is competent in certain area that we don't see. Maybe we have to give a new task, going through some process, then you can see, you're good in this area.
Right. In other words, what you're saying is that usually during this job redesign process,
Yeah.
although we start off with the name of wage restructuring, right?
Yes,
And
yeah.
the goal is to help everyone get paid more,
Yeah.
which is actually the good thing. And the first step is identifying the value that each staff bring. And there will be cases where we have staff who are highly fitting in their current role, therefore they can document their bank very quickly.
Yes.
And there are also staff that couldn't document anything and it shows the non-fitting in those positions. And we
Yes.
just have to figure out later whether
Yep.
is it restructure of the person
Yep.
or whatever not. It's another story lah.
Yes.
But basically we know that there is a gap there.
Yeah.
Right. And with that in mind, once we get everything documented, what do you do in the next step?
Yeah, everyone can access the knowledge bank. The second step is how to sync the knowledge
Sync it up.
bank. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you share with us what
Okay.
do you mean by sync it up?
Okay, syncing up means that I also can read and understand what you are doing. Yeah.
So you put it in like a cloud or
yes, the
something
knowledge
like
bank
that?
is that you have to build, as your company database.
Right. So it
Yeah.
can be as simple as a company-wide documentation
Yes.
or just a file.
Yes, or in Google Docs, Google Drive, everyone can access.
Right,
You organize it nicely. If let's say you want to know that unit, the job process handled by this unit, then you can see, if you have the hiccup right there, this is how you manage it.
Right. And that's why we see even in the past, before there was AI, some of the very, very great companies that endured over years, they usually have a company Bible, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it wasn't for AI implementation, but
Yes.
just as a cumulated knowledge base.
Yes, but I will see that is like whether it's managed at the central level or you decentralize.
Okay, tell us more about that. What do you mean by centralize and decentralize in this case?
Centralize meaning that I'm the one who make the process. I'm the one who determine the process. Just follow.
Right. So is it me as a founder and manager
Yeah.
or CEO come up with a book and I say, you all just read this?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
centralized.
Yes.
And decentralized will be?
If you would like to empower your staff to make certain extent of decision, decentralize it.
Right.
Let them come out with the process thought and the solution. Then they can file it. After that, I can access and read it. I also can comment and whatever.
Right.
So the management are the one who link up all the dots after syncing all the process.
Right.
Then they can have a better discussion with them by understanding each of the job scope better. So you save a lot of time talking to person. Maybe you can read through the knowledge bank. After that, you can call everyone. Then you join up all the dots together and you tell them what is the purpose. Now my purpose is joining all of us have the same mindset. So the next 5 years, this is what we're going to do. You have to commit yourself.
Right. Say if I'm a new company, chances are I may start off with, if I ever document, chances are I will start with a centralized piece first. And then as my company grow, then we start getting everyone to fill in and re-update
Yes.
this document every few years.
Yes.
Or every 1 year or something
Yeah.
like that, right? Yeah, and that is where it slowly gets built up into a cumulative knowledge base.
Yes. But in the entire process, what we would like to capture are the changes.
Changes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If let's say the entire process worked for 20 years without any changes, it shows that you're not growing. Because changes is coming, along the time. So when you do business or whatever, I believe a lot of changes need to be adopted and adapt. So if you, let's say, some of them, the staff not willing to change, they will keep saying that this process is good, this process is good, this is perfect, no need to change. If no need to change, how are you going to grow? Yeah, that is why we need to build all this knowledge based on their individual job scope experience.
So I guess there are two kinds of company here where I look at it. Would you say that sometimes when you go into company, there are company who this documentation is non-existent, and there are some company who already have maybe 50% made up, and then now they need more improvement. Which one do you think is more challenging to deal with?
The existing one, we already have the existing one is better lah. Yeah,
Right, it's better.
It's better.
So the
because,
zero one is more challenging.
Yes, because they will view that it's something new for them, extra work.
And yeah, can you share with us, right? Because I would say that I'm not sure. Please tell me, right? I would say that probably 90% of the SME in Malaysia don't have this documentation.
Yes.
Yeah, because nowadays when we are talking a lot about job redesign, last time it was, it's kind of like an optional thing. But I think today with AI, it's almost a compulsory thing to survive.
Yes.
And I start to realize that I think maybe many companies don't even have this documentation ready for it yet.
Yeah.
So like, is it right that most SME don't do this documentation?
Not true. Some of them they do have. They keep it personal.
Oh, personal.
Yes. Because
Only the boss know.
No, the staff actually they do have, but they keep quiet.
Right.
Because there's no direction from the boss unit. Because if I manage, it depends on our pay, performance, everything. It depends on individual initiative. You find a way to manage your job scope. Some of them might have already the SOP, all those things. They already file in Google Drive or whatever, but they don't share. So if you don't share, people do not know how things change over time and what are the challenges you face over time. Yeah, if I know your challenges you're facing these challenges, I know what should I do next. If let's say, example, now we change the, receptionist as a coordinator. You know how tough the receptionist now? Because they need to understand the customer's inquiry and later on they need to process. It's not just answer the customer in front of them, but they need to process and they need to know this question I should direct to which department. Imagine if I direct to the wrong person, how long it will take to solve these questions.
Yeah, like what we talked about just now, right? Any company that is doing quite well and their staff is doing quite well generally will have some sort of documentation.
Yes.
It's just whether in their head or either is it in a proper document and are they sharing it?
Yes.
But if let's say the person have none of it, chances are this person just is not clear about their job scope.
Yes.
So let's move on to the next part. After we have all this document and sharing among all staff, what do you do next then to be able to determine how do we assign a fair wage to each role now? Or the potential ban, or whatnot. I'm not sure how this wage restructuring works.
We study the job responsibilities. Yeah, in line with the business strategy plan. Yeah.
Oh, tell me more. How do you...
Let's say I want to expand, I want to come up with another new business products. So everyone have to work it out on this, your idea and so forth. But I won't increase your wage immediately until the business product, contribute to the value of the companies.
Right.
Yeah. If let's say you can make it works, then we can see how your job scope actually expand. Maybe it's not on your job scope expansion. Maybe I need to get new staff to expand my business. Yeah, so I won't increase immediately the existing wage because I need more manpower in this case. Yeah, if let's say the person able to handle with the assistance of technology or something like that, then of course it deserves higher wage. If no, usually when it comes to market expansion and new products, they will have higher additional manpower. But we will think about how to get their career path grow along with the company.
Right. So the first step after the sharing document is assessing responsibility and identify which role. Can I say that it's about which role has the key levers or multiplier to achieve it?
Yes.
So once we understand, now that we have a shared document, everyone now get to see what everyone is doing.
Yes.
And we should align with a company vision, I suppose.
Yes.
And then we will be able to define which job responsibility will contribute towards achieving the company goal. I guess here's where things could be a little bit difference between a smaller company and a bigger company, where a smaller company, like you mentioned, everyone is gonna need to help each other, right? But if let's say I'm a bigger company with more one department, 10 people kind, then it's a little bit different as well, right?
Yeah.
Do you now then straight away, after identifying the responsibility, you already define like what kind of salary do I ascribe or salary band that or range or something like that? Do you do that first?
No. We actually put our intervention and proposal into test whether it's workable or not. Let me give you an example. A small company want to increase their sales.
Okay.
They want to increase the sales and they open up another shop.
Okay.
So when they open up another shop, they face a difficulty to recruit people to work. Okay, so what they need to do is, the existing shop manager, one of them need to transfer and to manage the shop.
Okay.
All right. Imagine one transfer. Yes, great idea. He or she know how to manage customers, locations, everything, sales. But that manager actually facing shortage of workers.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a real case. Yeah. And when they share all the knowledge and whatever, they all come into a discussion. And one of the staff actually come up with her solution. Why not we adopt technology? The company go and spend some money to buy Apple phone.
Okay.
Guess what? Because Apple phone, there's a POS, point of sales.
Yes.
Immediately, the salesperson actually also as cashier close the deal immediately when they find the customer actually interested in buying the products. Then immediately make the payment using the Apple handphone rather than go to the counter and pay. When you go to the counter, then you will start looking, maybe I don't want this already, I want that.
Right.
You see? So this is how they increase the sales immediately with the customer. Once you see the customer have the intention to buy, you are the influencer, try to influence and convince the person and to close the sales. Once you close the sales, let's say the person, your customers is walking towards the cashier. Actually, they return the goods.
Right.
Yeah. So because there are many, many products, then they will say, I go to another shop to do a price comparison. When they want to increase the sales, the staff actually come up with these ideas. Why don't we spend money to buy Apple phone with POS? The salesperson saw the customers, intention to play. They like the products. So they are the salesperson. So they convince and make the sales close immediately. So they don't have the cashier counter.
Right. So what you're trying to say is that before we even talk about salary, now with a job redesign, we implement first and then we try to change the way things around. And because of this new process, no more cashier is involved.
Yes.
Which means I save a head count.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that money itself will be pulled towards whether do we use for
Yeah.
salary increment. Because previously last time as a salesperson, your job is just to talk. Now
Yeah.
also you take the role of cashier.
Yes.
So it means that you're expanding your job scope.
Yes. Yeah. But in this case, your main core is sales. Don't put yourself as a cashier. Even with the POS in the Apple phone, it's not a hard thing for you to close, to do the transaction,
Right.
to make the payment. But the core skill is, are you able to convince the customer immediately to close the sales?
Right. So now what we are saying is that I am not ascribing to you the idea that now you are a sales plus cashier.
Yes.
We are just saying that we are making the work easier for you.
Yes.
So that as a sales, you can deliver result more clearly and more effectively.
Yes. Yeah.
So by right, your sales number should go up.
Yes, yes. And how, because I give you the support, POS is with you. So it's really put your skill into test.
Okay.
Before I increase your salary, if you can hit the skills, what we want, then it's good. And create a good
Right.
reputation, you deserve the rewards.
So here is where with that saving, we can pull it together and say, now do we redesign a compensation scheme for them?
Yes, yes. So if I want to increase your salary, I won't increase immediately because you have your base salary increase over the year. What they prefer, of course, is the bonus or the allowance. Yeah, I mean the monthly allowance or the rewards. Rewards can be like, it depends on the company how you want to reward your. Some of the staff actually don't eyeing for monetary during my experience intervention. They're
Okay.
eyeing for company trips.
Ah,
If I perform, actually, I would like to go. I actually wish to have a company trip. You see, sometimes we have a lot of company event, let's say annual dinner, but you can see not all staff actually prefer to have an annual dinner. Yeah, for them, it's like, I need to spend time, go out and,
Yes.
to attend the dinner. Actually, how to make this staff actually feel that they are rewarded with something that they really want. So we
Yeah.
have to figure out this.
I think this one, we'll definitely touch on this later because like for me as well, I think my early days when I started this company, my original first group of staff, they didn't like company trips. They say, I see you every day. I want to go on company trip with someone. I don't want to go. You might as
Yes.
well just pay me money. So we
Yes.
made our incentive much more monetary. But later then there are some staff who say, actually I
Yes.
do look for company trips. Say like, hey, how do I come up with this? But I
Yeah.
think that's another story, right? Let's just go back to this part about it. We talked about the first scenario where a job redesign leads to a more efficient way of delivering value, therefore giving the company more space to reward the staff. And for the staff as well, on the other hand, it's more space to clearly justify my pay increase.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, we also have scenarios. Let's say, for example, the company is venturing on a new project and we think that this new project could expand, right? But here's the thing, right? Sometimes there are certain roles. Let's say this particular person say, I can do this, but you just don't have enough manpower for it. And say, for example, we just can't solve it with an Apple phone. You really require to hire more people. Then how do we go around with that? Because then it's not as simple as this salesperson next month onwards should see a pay increase.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will take like about a year or two. But this person who is now carrying this new project is really increasing their responsibility because you're double rolling to a certain extent. But as a company also, you are not seeing the kind of reward to actually justify that pay increase yet. So how do we go about? And at the same time, before I even get the money, I need to pour in a lot of money.
Yeah, yes.
So how do we go about with that?
Okay, actually, this is the right time. It's the best time, I would say, to do a transition.
Okay.
If let's say you're expanding a project, you need more staff. I'll be happy you recruit the more staff. You create the new staff. But the new staff is different job description. It's a time for a transition. So when you recruit the new staff coming in, the job scope and job description, the core is the same. But what I say is the supplementary maybe is different. When you want the existing staff to change and adopt the new job scope, with the new staff, that is easy to persuade them to do a change. I give you a very simple thing, a project, maintaining a hotel lift.
Okay.
Hotel lift. Okay.
Hotel lift.
Or any company with tall buildings, with lift maintenance.
Okay.
When the lift have to go very fast, actually the maintenance fees is very high.
Oh.
Yeah. Then the company would like to save the maintenance fees. Then initially the thought is, this building have only 4 lifts. And it's a tall building with 40 floors. You won't assign the 4 lifts work the same time or whatever. It will full every times. If let's say the one who want to travel from the top floor to the ground floor, he or she have to wait a long time,
Yes.
right? So the one who have this redesign thinking, they will say that I assign one lift straight away to certain level.
Right. Parking at certain level.
They skip certain level.
Yes.
That is a real life example.
Yes.
You go to certain tall building, they will say
Yes.
that you have to enter lift number 1. You have to enter lift number
Yes,
whatever.
that's right.
This lift actually is go to certain level only,
Yes.
travel. Okay. But it doesn't save the customers complaints, solve the customer complaint. Customer complaint is the waiting time is too long.
Yes.
And they are not satisfied with the vendor who maintaining the lift.
Yes.
Who suggests this idea. Oh, so many problems, right?
Yeah.
So they keep, demanding for, this is not a solution. But I do not want to have additional lift because you have to reconstruct
Yes.
or whatever.
And then more
It's
money,
it's impossible. You know what? A simple thinking or idea actually changed the whole picture. You know why our lift, when we enter, sometimes the lift have the mirror,
Yeah.
or they are using something can reflect and we can see ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what is the purpose?
So that you got things to do.
Yes. For ladies, when I enter the lift, what I will do, I will see whether my hair is good or not. I put on my lipstick, or
Suddenly
I
that
adjust.
longer time is actually a good thing already.
Suddenly I reach already. Fast.
Right.
Solution
right.
solved, customer complaint solved, and the vendor do a great job. But do I really need an engineer to figure out whether you need a new lift, or how to, make the lift to certain, or computerize the lift to certain level, or changing or whatever? No, it's just a simple thing. Put a mirror or do something, the wall in the lift that can reflect, that people can see themselves.
Do you think one of the reason that many SMEs or even countries, we are not able to keep paying our staff more? Sometimes it's just a simple thing as
Yes.
we don't redesign our job.
Yes.
Therefore, like when I need to expand my business, I need hire 10 more admins instead of implementing new designs so
Yes.
that now I still can expand but with only one admin and I've excess money to give salary increase. Do you think that is the very common problem in many SMEs?
Yes, yeah. That is why assigning a job, we always think about what we expect, what we would like this person to contribute to my business. And I need to make myself clear what you need to deliver to our business. Even though you are admin, actually admin can be multitasking. Yeah. Sometimes admin let's say a manual admin staff, a paperwork can be very huge and very tall on her paper. But with AI, whatever, he can actually program it and find a way to settle a lot of things. Yeah, I no need to recruit additional admin. In long time ago, yes, maybe we need additional admin to get the paperwork done. This one we call it as very labor intensive. If they can work together with the technology, the person actually have the self-initiative to figure out how to get things work better based on their creativity.
Right.
Yeah, I will put that into test first. That means towards the end, it's come back to the organization culture.
I think you've hit the nail in the head itself, right? Which is organization culture. I think many people are probably watching this right now and also thinking to themselves like, hey, yeah, I understand if we redesign, the company can make more money, and therefore, provided I believe my boss is generous, I should also be benefited. But here's the thing. Many of these things are top down. It's like company want to change, but my company is not changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what can I do as an individual?
Maybe you have to find a way how to, initiate some projects or teamwork, understand each other better. Then from there, actually, you can figure out, I have new idea. to convey the idea and so forth. That's why company want to have a team buildings. Everyone get together. That is a time you can speak up to understand you better. Yeah. So culture, communications, that one is a must lah. That means the company also must give a room for them to communicate, to bring their ideas. So usually that situation, I would say that we can see there's a symptom of a breakdown in communication.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So how to convey the message to it. Yeah.
So these are the times where maybe the company also want to improve, but the staff also want to, but the communication is just not happening.
Yes.
I think that's quite common, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and end up it just become grievance on both ends. Why you're not performing according to what I want, and the other side is like, why are you expecting so much, right? But what about there are also cases where employees feel that, hey, I'm not paid to do that.
That is...
Yeah, because they are, right? I've seen employees who are like, team building.
Yeah.
Got replacement leave for team building.
Yes.
New project. But according to my JD, right?
Yes.
My job is supposed to be only do part A. Part B is not my job.
Yes. Too calculative, I would say.
But of course, when asked for pay increase, they are not that calculative.
Yes. Yes, of course.
So then how do we deal with all this situation? Maybe let's look at it from an employee perspective. What they need to understand, or how to actually, by taking all this into account, fight for my own pay increase, or to ensure that I can grow in my career in a company.
Actually, the boss actually have to tell them what is the expectations lah.
So first, the boss need to communicate lah.
Yes.
Okay, so still the boss need to do the first part first.
If the employee have the mindset that they feel valuable to the company, if you ask the employee to do extra work, I think they're happy to do so. They are not so calculative.
Right.
Yeah, because they feel that they are valuable. And actually, some of the employee, they have a different mindset. They will think that this is a good opportunity for me to showcase my work, my competency or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, but not every employee have that kind of mindset. Yeah, this is very, it depends on individual mindset and thinking. Example, our students. Some of our students, they're willing to volunteer themselves to work together with the professors or the lecturer. The intention is to learn, as much as possible, because once they graduated from the university, they don't have the chance to work. They don't have the chance to know better. Straight away, they are like, I don't know how this look like, whatever. So they volunteer themselves to be the assistant sometimes.
Right.
But some not. They will say
just
that,
want to graduate.
yes, that is my things. They don't see that, in university, there's a very good environment. You have to grab the opportunities to learn. Some group of students, they will say that, why I need to do something extra, which doesn't bring any benefit. Yeah, same like the employee lah, that kind of mindset. Yeah, so it really depends on the mindset. And also the most important thing observed from the organization is the trust between your superior and you. If the trust and the confidence is given by your superior on the employees, I don't think they will reject whatever task given to them.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we start, the first thing as an individual, say I don't own a company as an employee, is first, do I even trust my company to not take advantage of me?
Yes.
And to abuse me or whatnot?
Yes.
And number two is, do I feel appreciated? Now, of course, if these two doesn't fulfill, maybe it's time to just look for a new job.
Yeah.
Forget about contributing extra first, right?
Yeah.
But if these two are fulfilled, then there is a question of whether are you interested or not interested.
Yes.
Right? Now, let's go with the people who are not interested first. Because I bet when you went into company and did this intervention, you have met employees who are just there, right? And just waiting for time to pass, going through the motion, right? And was there any successful intervention you have done to help them to change their mindset? Or like when you looked at these people, generally why they behave like that and what will trigger them to change? Because I choose to believe that some way or another, everyone kind of want to do better. It's just circumstances or they are in a certain mode at the point, right?
Yeah.
So what have you seen so far and how can people change?
Okay. I won't say the success case is very 100%. The success case it depends on whether the employee is a young employee or not.
Oh, Okay.
If the one already worked like more than 10 years, that one is quite challenging lah.
Oh, okay.
So the way we make them to change is like, I give you another job role, not to downgrade, but to upgrade, like you are the mentor or something like that.
Oh.
I give you a totally different KPI. I believe you have this capability because your experience, actually I value it, but you need to make a change for your entire unit or your team. Yeah, I give you a different set of KPI. So a lot of big firms is like certain age, if the employee is really good, they will grow themselves lah, I will say.
Right.
That one usually no need intervention. Those who work like more than 10 years, they're supposed to know what they should do lah. Yeah, as a responsible staff, if they really want to grow.
And you mentioned just now, right? You said the younger staff generally, sometimes it works, but the older staff who has been doing the job for 10
Yes.
years, you find it challenging.
Yes.
Right? Can you share with me what is the usual resistance that they give you and why do they stay where they are?
Again, it's a company structure. If the experienced staff is working without a good mixture of team members, it's very difficult to make them a change.
So team members.
Yes, you
like
have
their
a
team members, are they also motivated or not?
Yes, I mean you have a mixture of young, middle age, or whatever. So when you see one person change, actually you were like, oh, I also learning from you.
Right.
I need to change. If the experienced staff is all working with the experience, so once any disruption happen, he or she will think that, why should I do this?
Right.
I will say, I have the other opinion, this is better. But what if the management don't like your idea, says that your idea is not good or whatever? So on the set side, you'll be retrenched because they view that you have no value of it already. So those experienced staff, actually, they will work in a team. Actually, they still have the value. They know what they should grow. Yeah, they won't sit at the comfort zone.
Right.
Unless they're already sitting at the comfort zone and the company will say that, yeah, it's a cost for them.
So it's quite interesting, right?
Yes.
You know, there's this saying that says that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So it even happens exactly in the
Yes.
team itself,
Yeah.
where if your teammates are generally people who are not growing, you will also set into that comfort zone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but if your teammates are a mixture of some people who are growing, you also tend to bring up the level
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's real. And I was just chatting with a friend who actually worked in an oil and gas company. And oil and gas company, I think they spent a lot on job redesign
Yes.
in the early days, and today they are just reaping those benefits, right? One of the things that they mentioned, like for example, Shell, every 3 to 5 years you will be forced to rotate departments. And I was just talking to a friend who actually got rotated, and they shared that there was this particular department is like almost dying, right? And then when they bring in the new blood, and at first they will criticize this person for overperforming, and this person is like. But in my other team, that is a normal performance. It's not even overperforming, right? And it took like about half a year plus, and then suddenly you will see one person start to move a bit, and eventually it took about a year and a half, and suddenly the whole team just started moving. And of course, those who didn't move also got laid off lah. But again, right, those are bigger company where they have 1.5 year runway for you. I think in the SME generally shorter lah the runway.
Yes,
Yeah. But having said that as well, what about then people who they are not like, it's not that they don't want to change. They actually want to, but they're just not given the opportunity, or they felt like they're not given the opportunity. Now, if their company employs someone like yourself to come in to implement the change, I think part of the intervention, when they meet that opportunity, they would just continue with it, right? Like you say, the intervention come in, the younger guy may say, okay, let me just do it. And suddenly, this is a performing staff. It's just non-communicated, right?
Yeah.
But what about today if I'm in a company where I am a little bit discouraged because I don't see it? My boss may always say like he wants to move the company forward, but there is a breakdown in communication in terms of implementation. And it's not that I don't want to do, I just don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how?
Okay. There are two things. In a small company, they always emphasize on how to connect the dots to form a system. If you fail to connect the dots, then you fail to come up with good ideas that can bring the business to a upper level. If you're able to connect the dots, that means you are creating opportunity to yourself.
Can you tell me what do you mean by connecting the dot?
Okay, meaning that I understand what is your job scope. I understand what is another job scope in another for another person in another unit. So after understanding this, then I will know what is the business that you are. You have to like do a little bit more of like self-initiative work. So after connecting the dot, you understand how the organization works. I believe certain things, they have some problem. If you can find a very good idea how to fix the problem, yeah, it's like a system thinking. Then fixing up the problem can add value to the employee. Sometimes adding value is not just for the business. It can be adding value for the internal culture, change of organization, change mindset or whatever. So if you can articulate your idea with a good proposal and you have confidence that you're able to solve it and make it better, what you need to do is you already created opportunity for yourself to grow. You need to present this idea to your boss. And I observe a lot of employees, they do not know how to connect this to the boss. For example, boss, today I have a new idea. Can I have an appointment with you and speak to you on this? The boss will not entertain. You know how busy the boss is, right? If you change a bit, boss, I have the solution for this. I encountered this problem. Can I have your 1 minute and give you the solution?
Oh, you have caught my attention right there.
Yes, the boss will call you up. Sometimes, when we come to work, a lot of employees, they mix up their personal agenda with business agenda and workplace agenda. Yeah. So if like personal agenda is like, I'm thinking of how to get benefits more on myself. I can apply like leverage on now the new policy, hybrid work policy. Certain days I can work from home. Then I can say, I'm doing this, but actually I'm not. So let's say I have a family commitment. So I actually mix up. This time I work at home, so I also can take care of my house chores, my husband or my children like that. So you mix up the time that you're supposed to use. So if this one is very clear on your personals and this, then it's okay. Yeah. So when you talk to the boss, I encounter this challenge, or I foresee maybe next month or next few years, we actually will face this problem because I'm referring to this company or I'm referring to my competitor. Your boss will get attention. The competitor is doing this already. And yet we are not preparing at all. What if the competitor do like this? Should we follow or not follow? So your boss will listen to you. Come, let's have a talk. That is the value that you can contribute.
Right.
And you are the one, sometimes boss is very difficult to direct and instruct certain people to carry out this job. The employee actually don't prefer it. They actually prefer your peers. Give the influence. We do this together. We initiate one project. Or the superior guide them together. Usually it's the superior go and talk to the boss. Yeah. But the trust between the superior and the employee must be there. So the boss will listen to you. Then you are the one who create opportunity for yourself. And indirectly, you will bring a benefits to the business where your boss not even have the time or something he actually didn't come across his mind. Then he will value the staff. Oh, you're monitoring the competitor. Right? This is not under your job description. Why you are doing so? So you have a different, that means you create opportunity to yourself.
And you build a good rapport with the boss, right? That you are initiative staff.
Yes.
And you actually are doing more than your job scope.
Yes.
And I will want to give you opportunity because of that.
Yes. But some of the staff, they will do this, but they do it over.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning that if you keep doing these things, boss, I found this, boss, I found this, the boss will say that, meaning that you have a lot of times not doing your own job.
Yeah, especially if they don't deliver their own thing and they find so many things. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does
that is why.
like,
Yeah. So the boss will think, why don't you stick back on your job scope first? This is additional. Yeah, I appreciate it very much. If this affected your own job or the core job function, the business function, then I start worrying.
I think you're right. When there are two extremes, right? I've seen people who also keep raising up a lot of problem, but especially when they raise up maybe out of 10 problem they raise, and they raise it so regularly that 9 problem actually, in my opinion, when I look at it, it is really not a critical problem.
Yes.
And very often when they raise it, it's because it is a problem that they simply don't like, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And if they don't deliver their own job and they keep raising all this, I would get a little bit annoyed instead.
Yes.
And like, hey, can you just do your work?
Yeah.
Yeah. But also at the same time, I want you to raise it up because I also don't want to miss out the opportunity because you do have the observation of certain critical parts.
So that's why I say communication and build a trust and the culture of, on the organization is very important. Let's say the boss if let's say my subordinate know my style, don't talk grandmother story to me, straight to the point. What I want is you have to show how you prioritize the things that I can solve. And the one I solve actually will trigger a lot of things solve a lot of things together.
A multiplier effect.
Yes. All business have thousands or millions challenges and problems. But which problem to solve first?
Now, can you explain to me what is a system thinking?
Okay, systems thinking actually is to find solution. How you make a process works effectively to solve the problem. That you need a system thinking. Not just design, come out with the idea. After that, you're unsure whether the problem can be tackled or manageable.
Right.
Yeah, but in order to solve the problem, sometimes we aim to solve one problem, but it triggers problems to another side.
Right.
Yeah, so your system thinking, actually, you have to look at the whole system.
Right.
Yeah, as a whole. Sometimes we solve this problem, we create another problem to another department. So the department will start complaining lah.
Right.
This is what the boss actually dislike the most.
Right.
So what they want is you can connect all the dots. So that's why just now I mentioned about the knowledge bank. If I want to understand every job scope, so I can access their knowledge bank, the way they work, then I need to start thinking. If I want to solve this, whether I can trigger the other. Yeah.
It's just like we mentioned earlier,
Yes.
where if you want to make your customers happy in the hotel, and you can say, oh, the best way is immediately at check-in, they can walk up to their room in 1 minute. But you do not know that it is impossible to clean the room in 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, maybe the better solution to keep customer happy wasn't that 1 minute. It could have been like Ritz-Carlton or something where they give you a welcome drink, which now is commonly implemented, right?
Yeah.
Or if you need wait more than 10 minutes, I give you a 10 ringgit voucher to have a cocktail in the bar or something like that.
Yes.
Which will make it a much more viable solution.
Yes.
And that is what we mean by system thinking.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? For many people who are fresh or inexperienced or do not have enough knowledge and don't have a documented database in their company where they can refer to, how do they improve their system thinking and what they can start doing? Can you share with us step by step how a person can implement that in their current workspace?
Okay, usually if the newcomers, company will have onboardings. Onboarding actually is to understand how the company works, the vision, mission, and then after onboarding, you will be placed under one mentor. The mentor actually will tells you much in depth what is the expectation coming from your job scope and performance. How the mentor actually will give you the support. Of course, you will give first the support. And you have to lay out and give the very comprehensive picture. I'm expecting you to deliver this. But this is the minimum. Yeah. But what is your maximum? Give the new staff have the room to prove themselves they can do better. That is why we capture. Now the style is actually different already.
Right.
Yeah. So the step one is onboarding. You have been trained, support. What is your KPI? What you need to do? What is your butter and bread? What is the one you can bring value to the company? What is the one actually you can stretch yourself over the 5 years where you see yourself in this company in 5 to 10 years?
Just now we talk about people who are in a company and after a few years they feel like they're stagnant. Maybe the company just doesn't have a proper document of every department, there's no company vision or whatnot. Basically, I'm just not very inspired. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to perform. I just don't know where to start, right? So how should I start?
Yeah, I think if I were the boss, I will ask somebody to mentor you first. Then I will put you in the teamwork.
Right.
Then you observe. Then you have to prove that certain value you can bring back to the company.
Right.
Yeah, that is because you don't know what you're going to start. Don't know how to start. That means you actually don't understand how the entire organization or business works. Yeah. So I will put you a mentor to you. After that, I will put you working in a team, but not individual.
So, Prof, just like we talk a lot about job redesign, wage restructuring, and I think today is really the best time to talk about it because with AI, a lot of things are changing. I think as a business owner myself and many other fellow business owners, they are always thinking about how do we improve productivity in a new AI world. I think many of us also want to pay our staff better, but things have changed a lot. So what can I do to make sure that my company can adapt and redesign these roles? Because maybe not everyone will end up hiring a consultant, right? So what can I do in my capacity right now as a business owner?
First, I will advise relook into your job process, the process flow. Yeah, if let's say in your manufacturing, you have to look at your production line from getting the order in, how you process, how your production line, how you deliver the quantity that desired order, how you fulfill your order until delivery. So every single process flow, you have to really do a proper diagnose. For example, now logistics also getting very advanced. You don't pay cost because of your container or your consignment actually with a wrong measurement. No. So from every single process, starting from order, process to go until the delivery, relook in your process. When I adopt a technology, I put the staff in, how can I make the staff to perform, to adapt and work together with the technology, to shorten down the process or to improve the quality. For example, if let's say the current process flow actually got a lot of scrap work.
What is a scrap work?
Meaning that in the production line, the product's already there, but they're not fulfill the quality check.
Right. So defected product.
Yes, defected products. How to make this better and shorter the time? Let's say, for example, Tesla. Tesla have a giga or mega, giga factory in China. They produce one car, use I think around 1 or 2 minutes. How they ensure the quality of the car? When they adopt certain technology for the mass productions, they also have to emphasize on the quality. So how this technology can work together with the employees. Go through the training, and before they do the change of the process, get your resources ready. They need support, give them training, give it to them. So whether this process is worse or not, so that only then you can talk about job redesign because you want to change a process.
Right.
Or shorten the process, or make the process, or you have a new process.
So the first step is really just
Diagnose.
getting your team together,
Yes.
documenting it, then diagnosing.
Yes. Yeah. How this process actually can be shortened, getting away some of the unnecessary thing, and those things can be replaced with certain technology or improved when you work together with the technology. Technology can be a machine, can be AI, can be other things, or even a simple thing, digitalization.
Another thing, we talk about as an employer, we want to give our staff career development plan as well. But very often in a smaller company like a startup, the truth is it starts from scratch. It's not like we go to MNC where we know the path. You can start from executive to VP to SVP or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you end up in this department. The truth is in a startup like, let's say, less than 5 years or even 10 years sometimes, you don't even know what department will come up next.
Yes.
So how do we then design a career path for our staff?
Yeah. Startup actually, they not necessarily have to follow a very traditional way because startup is very unique.
Yes.
Because you think yourself as an entrepreneur. So those joining startup, actually their mindset is thinking. They have to be multitasking. Yeah. And they are prepared to face the risk. They are prepared to face the criticism. And they know how to manage it. The staff capability and competency and the mindset is totally different. I can observe startup with I mean, in the normal companies, it's different. For the startup, the main thing is not going too far. The main goal is whether how long you can sustain your business first. When you scale up, what is your next move? When you what you need is more support on your resources through collaboration and investment to grow.
Right.
It's not very much on how to form a bigger team.
Right.
Because
So therefore, can we say that generally when you hire someone in a startup company itself, the right fit in terms
Yes.
of the person's mindset
yes,
is very important. So if this person is always coming in and talking about career development and where am I going to go, chances are it's going to be a problem because that is usually non-existent on the table, right?
Yes.
That's very true. Actually, over the years when I interview many people joining my company and in other company as well, I do notice that those who are very concerned about what's their next career step generally don't survive very well because as a company, we can't give them the answer. Because today I may have a department like this, but tomorrow, due to the changes, we may find something more effective and we may not have this department and it will be a combined with another department.
Yes.
The change is just too fast, right?
Yes, yep.
And this person need to find value in the work that they're currently doing rather than where they can go.
Usually for startup, we actually intend to hire those actually can give more ideas to bring the business to a greater heights. Those we are bringing in actually they have experience in certain aspects. So we don't. Startup actually create a lot of emerging job. That compared to a very traditional company, but the emerging job actually will die off very fast.
Okay.
Because as you know, startup, it really depends on your business performance. So it's really multitasking. But you can find a lot of great things from when you're working in a startup because you notice that certain things that you need to handle, but it's not in the job scope. You cannot go by, a fixed Bible. That's why startup actually create a lot of emerging job because they are the one who explore the first one.
Right.
But if the startup being viewed by a well-known company as a competitor, usually they will buy over lah. Then they will absorb the staff. Then
They
to
become
go for
very
the
rich,
then proper trainings Then one no issue. But startup sometimes die off very fast because lack of support. So they don't. Their main aim is to get the business survive and scale up their business rather than getting more staff. They actually work in a very constrained type of situation where the staff actually all are lacking.
Now, having said that, my last question is this. With AI coming in and so many changes in the industry these days, I read a recent report that says many fresh grads today are finding it harder and harder to get jobs for a couple of reasons. Number one, suddenly senior staff who used to be not in favor in the past, especially like, for example, com science, right? They hire a lot of junior. And the senior staff who are stuck in their career previously, now suddenly they have a new glory day where they can demand such a high salary because with that added background of knowledge they have and experience, they are able to use AI and become a 5-man team just with a single person, right? But fresh grads, they just can't get a job because I've also heard from many of business, number one, the pay of a fresh grad back then was like, for IT, some can hit up to like 5K, 6K, or even 8K as a junior programmer, right? And they come in, they are using AI tools and they don't use it as well as the senior who is maybe 12K but can do 3 fresh grad jobs suddenly. And I'm starting to see more and more of that happening, not just in IT. I mean, most of it, like usual, is started in the media industry. I start to notice many disruption begins in media. And then slowly now IT, and we are starting to see in other industry as well, more and more of these are happening. Is there anything that you can share with us in terms of the future of work and how do we need to adapt in this new world?
Okay, I just want to emphasize AI is not everything. And there are still companies not to implement AI fully, because AI also will create disruption if you are not ready. Why company pay the existing staff so high? Because they want to build a solid foundations. Yeah, if you use AI, actually, they expose them to a lot of cases whereby you can learn what are the possible disruption you might face in the future. Okay, let's say, for example, students now, they are crazy learning about AI because they want to get themselves into a job. Today, you learn Claude. Next day, you learn Gemini. Somebody will tell me, yeah, open Claude is better. So which and which? It is a matter of choice. If you use whatever gadget with you, but you do not know how to control it, at certain moment, you will start as well. If the fresh graduate cannot get a job, actually it's it's an expectation. Employer expect fresh graduate straight away can perform. Actually, it can't. Yeah, fresh graduate, actually, you have to view them. You still need to give them the support. You need to view them that, yeah, the core knowledge is with them. If the core knowledge, as long as the core knowledge lay out a very good foundation, critical thinking is another thing, so that they can come up with a good solution. Whatever technology I give to the person actually is to improve the productivity.
Yep.
Yeah, today I give you Gemini. You do all everything. So next time Gemini, Google increase the price. Then you find another supplier, okay, another offer, which is good. Then you start making a decision. Oh, it's a good function, whatever, you can transfer everything. Oh, now I shift to another AI software. So the thing is, if the person is not managing the foundations good, if you change to another technology, that person cannot survive.
And
as
when
well.
you say foundation, you mean by the person's thinking skills?
Yes, and the capability, the core knowledge. If let's say I'm the one who designed the process, I'm the one who designed the knowledge bank. If you tell me today, you give me Gemini, Google Drive, I can do it. If you next day you say you want to shift to another platform, I still can do it myself. I will not say, oh, I can't because you shift. Or once you shift one to another software, the entire organization, have a lot of hiccup or whatever. No. So this is not what the boss wanted. So the boss is eyeing for the person quality. It's not because of the AI. The pay is because of certain competency that person has. Yeah, of course, undeniable IT person will have the the most advantageous, because the purpose of getting the IT pay higher is because they want them to expose as many projects as possible. If they don't expose as many projects, they actually cannot apply their application in different projects. Different projects have different solution,
Yep.
different things. So they pay them high, but actually the workload is very high. So the workload high, but now with the technology, let's say tracing whether your software having a bugs and fix the bugs immediately. Now with the software, you improve your productivity. Then I can give you more projects to do. So you deserve higher pay. But what I want you to expose as much as possible, how to handle different cases.
Yeah.
For example, everyone using a web application. And a lot of services saying that, yeah, I have cloud service or whatever. Certain, like those big company, they know their customer very well. So they will design the cloud service to cater for different challenges. I myself, let's say I give a training, everyone enter to my web apps and do it concurrently. Suddenly the traffic flow is very heavy. I have to find a vendor that able to switch or cater to my needs. If that day my traffic is very high, I can buy a certain period time of pass. I just pay for the certain period of pass, then I can deliver my service smoothly. Not all software company have this kind of service, for example. Yeah. So that's why IT person, they have to expose a lot of project, knowing the customer needs, then they can contribute back to the development of the project itself or the service itself. That's why they get higher pay, is because the workload as well, but the workload actually complement with the software, like detecting the bugs, how to shorten the programs, to run using a short running time, so that customers satisfied all those things.
So as a fresh grad, what do I do? Do I read more? Do I get exposed more? What do I do in this
Don't
world
be
today?
so picky to choose a job. You have to work first, expose to understand, because now a lot of business, they collaborate each other. Yeah. So you have to to expose to the business world as soon as possible.
Right.
Yeah. Then try to ask yourself what are you trying to do and what you wish you want to do or you would be in the next 5 years or 10 years. Sometimes students, fresh graduate, they are facing different type of problem. You study accountant, but you actually don't like to be the accountant. That is another mismatch. So you have to find something that you are passionate in or with, then you can start growing yourself. When we talk about career growth, actually is not everything because of your first degree. So your accountant, maybe your dream is not to be the accountant. Then you have to rebuild a lot of things. That's why the first degree is to prove that your learning capability is there. Once your learning capability is well formed and laid out, learning additional thing is not a problem for them. Yeah, but finding what you want to do, that is most important. If let's say he or she, we have medical doctor, but they don't wish to be a medical doctor. They wish to be a salesperson, selling, medicine and so forth. Yeah. So we won't say that it's a mismatch. Sometimes it's how you grow your career. If you're passionate with this, then you know how to grow it together with the company.
So like you said, don't be too picky. Get yourself exposed as soon as possible.
Yes.
Because it is that you need
Yes.
to demand for that higher pay,
Yes.
right? Okay, thank you very much, Prof.
All right,
Yong, for
welcome.
joining us in this interview.
My pleasure. Thank you, Peter.